Hello everyone, this is our fourth lesson and in Introduction to Management. So we will start with chapter 4, which is on business at the speed of light, and we will be covering information technology and e-commerce. This chapter is about, it takes you into the various types of information systems and the hardware, software and networking components in those systems. The chapter concludes with a look at some of the most important technology-related issues you will need to address as a manager or an entrepreneur. From data to information insight. The first step in turning information into a competitive advantage is understanding the difference between data, which is recorded facts and statistics, information, useful knowledge often extracted from data, and insight, a deep level of understanding about a particular situation. The transformation from data to insight requires a combination of technology, information management strategies, creative thinking, and business experience. And companies that excel at this transformation have a huge advantage over their competitors. To keep all these data points under control and to extract useful information from them, companies rely on databases, computerized files that collect, sort, and cross-reference data. Most large organizations employ a top-level manager, often called a chief information officer, whose job is to understand the company's information needs and to create systems and procedures to deliver that information to the right people at the right time. These managers are expected to deliver quality information, which can be defined as relevant. The information delivered to each person relates directly to his or her needs, accurate, it's both current and free from errors, and timely, delivered in time to make a difference. And cost-effective, costs a reasonable amount of money compared to the value it offers. While the definition of information quality may be easy to grasp, the technology required to deliver it is complex, costly and constantly evolving, making the CIO's or the chief information officer's job one of the most challenging in business today. Now, how businesses use information. Companies invest heavily in information for the simple reason that they cannot live without it. Here is a small sample of the ways managers rely on information. Research and development. The cycle of information usage starts with understanding customers' needs, then developing new goods and services to meet those needs. Planning and control. Two of the most important functions of management are planning and control, deciding what to do, then making sure it gets done. The next one is marketing and sales. Due to technology, marketing and sales have evolved from gut feel activities to scientific information-driven functions. And the last one is communication and collaboration. Throughout the organization, employees, managers, and teams of every size and shape rely on information to communicate and collaborate. Now, how the internet is changing business. The internet has helped many companies reach wider markets, but has also exposed them to many competitors. It has created new business capabilities such as online meetings and automated shopping, but has also raised the constant threat to viruses, hacking, and other malicious technology. If you grew up with the internet, these may not seem like changes at all, since for you that's the way it is and it's always been done. From shopping online to emailing your homework to your instructor. Now, accelerating commerce, Amazon.com and eBay are well-known symbols of the retailing transformation brought about by the internet. Thousands of companies, from solo entrepreneurs working in their sweatpants to multinational corporations, are now engaged in this electronic commerce or e-commerce. E-commerce offers tremendous advantages for both buyers and sellers. Buyers can shop from the comfort of their homes or offices, quickly gather comparative information about products, and learn from other customers through online product reviews. Benefits to sellers include the ability to reach thousands or millions of potential customers without the enormous expenses involved in building physical retailing outlets, and the opportunity to customize messages for narrow groups of customers or even individual shoppers. In just the past few years, both camps have learned from each other, and online retailing from both old companies and new has finally begun to mature into a stable, profitable business with endless variety to offer both consumers and business customers. E-commerce comes in 4 basic flavors. Business-to-consumer e-commerce, referred to as B2C, electronic retailing, or e-tailing. This form of e-commerce involves interactions and transactions between companies and consumers. The next one is business-to-business e-commerce, known as B2B. This form of e-commerce involves a company and its suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, retailers, and other corporate customers, but not individual consumers. Virtually every kind of business product imaginable is sold online today, from semiconductors to advertising services. The third one is consumer-to-consumer e-commerce, often called C2C. This category of e-commerce involves consumers who sell products directly to each other using the internet as the intermediary. Online auctions are the most dominant form of C2C. Mobile commerce, which is m-commerce, this emerging category of e-commerce uses wireless internet access and wireless handheld devices such as cell phones and personal digital assistants to transact business. Purchasing ringtones for your cell phone is a good example of mobile e-commerce or mobile commerce. Coming on to controlling costs, generating revenue through e-commerce is only one side of the internet's financial story. Companies are also finding creative ways to reduce costs through online technologies. For instance, online training can save thousands of dollars every time employees need updated information or skills. Documentation is another area that can yield considerable savings. Erasing borders. One of the internet's most profound changes has been its ability to erase borders. Borders between departments, between companies, and even between countries. Instead of hopping on a plane and spending a couple of days and a few $1,000s for a meeting, you can now hop on the internet and have that meeting for a fraction of the cost and time commitment. Online meetings are also a common part of telecommuting, working at home, while staying in touch with the office via information technology. Enhancing communication and collaboration, email and instant messaging, mail server lists and newsgroups, intranets and extranets, virtual workspaces, blogs, wikis, internet telephone service. All these can be used to enhance communication and collaboration. Simplifying research in much the same way that you now use the internet to research assignments, you'll use the internet for business research as well. Studying competitors, learning about new products, uncovering business opportunities, and doing much more. Understanding search engines, web directories, and research databases. Search engines identify individual web pages that contain a specific word or phrase you have asked for. Web directories address the first major shortcoming of search engines by using human editors to categorize and evaluate websites. Research databases address the second shortcoming of search engines by offering access to the newspapers, magazines, and journals that you are likely to need for many research projects. Using search tools effectively. First of all, we need to read the instructions, then pay attention to the details, review the search and display options carefully, try variations of your terms, and adjust the scope of your search if needed. Enabling the electronic business. From commerce to communication, various internet capabilities help an organization move toward becoming an electronic business, e-business, in which all major business functions take full advantage of the capabilities and efficiencies of information technology. Note that e-commerce and e-business are sometimes used interchangeably, but e-commerce refers specifically to buying and selling online, whereas e-business is a much broader term that encompasses every facet of the business operation. Business systems, types of business systems. The types of information systems used by a company generally fall into two major categories. One is operational systems and two, professional and managerial systems. Most systems meet the information needs of people at specific levels in the organization. In contrast, enterprise systems are designed to connect everyone in the organization, giving each person the information he or she needs to meet specific job responsibilities. Operational systems. Operational systems are the frontline workhorses of information technology, collecting and processing the data and information that represent the day-to-day work of the business enterprise. These systems typically support daily operations and decision-making for lower-level managers and supervisors. Professional and managerial systems. In contrast to operational systems, professional and managerial systems help with such higher-level tasks as designing new products, analyzing financial data, identifying industry trends, and planning long-term business needs. These systems are used by professionals such as engineers and marketing specialists, and by managers up to the top executive and board of directors. Business system technology. At the heart of all these business systems lie the hardware, software, and networking technologies that make it all happen. Hardware is the tangible equipment used in a computer system such as disk drives, keyboards, modems, printers, scanners, PDAs, and so on. Hardware falls into three categories: input, processing, and output. Input devices range from conventional keyboards to new speech recognition devices that convert human speech to digital data. The primary processing device is an integrated circuit chip called the central processing unit. And the output devices include printers, displays, and speakers. Systems equipped with speech recognition often have speech synthesis on the output, converting digital data back to human-sounding speech. Software. Hardware is of little value without software, the programmed instructions that direct the activity of the hardware. Software comes in two main varieties. Application software. This is the outermost layer of software in a system, the software that you see as a user on your computer, PDA, or your cell phone or other device. And system software. This class of software operates between the hardware and the application software. So it is not usually seen by regular business users. The most common type of system software is the operating system, the layer of software that directly manages the hardware in a system. Networking. Nearly all of the information technology benefits described in this chapter require multiple computers to be connected in some fashion. A network is a collection of specialized hardware and software that link computers. Networks are generally classified by range of geographic coverage. A local area's network, which is it connects computers within a limited local range, such as within a single department or single building. A wide area network covers larger areas up to entire countries. Telecommunication networks are a good example of WANs. A municipal area network typically covers a city or a town and surrounding areas. The Internet is actually a network of networks spanning the entire globe. Ensuring security and privacy, linking computers via networking technology creates enormous benefits for businesses and consumers. But there is a dark side to connecting everyone, everywhere. Managers need constant vigilance these days to make sure their computer systems remain secure and that data on them remain private. Protecting property rights. Digital technology has also increased concerns over the protection of both digital products, including software and entertainment products available in digital format, and intellectual property, a term that covers a wide range of creative outputs with commercial value, such as design ideas, manufacturing processes, brands, and chemical formulas. Guarding against information overload, think carefully before you start collecting any data. Monitoring productivity, avoiding information overload is a key part of the larger challenge of ensuring the overall productivity of your organization in its use of information technology. Two issues highlight the complexity of this challenge. One is spam, which is unsolicited bulk email, and the other one is misuse of technology. How employees use information technology is another important productivity issue. A commonly cited problem is employees who simply do not realize how much time they are wasting or how much this wasted time costs their employers. So many employers are concerned about productivity losses from personal use of the internet and email at work that thousands now place restrictions on how employees can use them. Managing total cost of ownership. The true costs of information technology are a concern for every company. The total cost of ownership of IT systems which includes the purchase costs of hardware, software, and networking, plus expenses for installation, customization, training, upgrades, and maintenance, can be 3 to 5 times higher than the purchase price. Sometimes companies spend millions of dollars building systems that are junked before they're even finished. These cautionary tales highlight the difficulty of managing vital business resources in the midst of competing budget demands, dynamic markets, and ever-changing technology. Developing employee skills. With the pervasiveness of information technology, virtually everyone from the mailroom to the executive suite is expected to have some level of skills with information technology, maintaining the human touch. Even in the best circumstances, technology can't match the rich experience of person-to-person contact. For instance, email or instant messaging and voicemail can't always convey the necessary emotional and non-verbal aspects of communication, which can cause unnecessary confusion and aggravation. This brings us to end of chapter 4. Thank you very much. We will carry on with chapter 5 in our next lesson. Thank you.